Today on Refined, Sacre Bleu. It's time for crepe class.
Wow, that was not good, and I'll be cleaning the counters after this.
We take you to a sweet and savory sensation that has Seattleites lining up to say, ooh la la.
It feels almost like you're going to a rock concert. And then there's these killer fashions going down the runway on these spectacular models.
It's your first look at the biggest Northwest fashion event of the year. Plus, inside the lives of Seattle's coolest super couple.
It seems like you guys kind of have these opposite personalities. You are a bit more outspoken. You're a bit. Is that the case? Yeah.
We sit down with Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe on the eve of a possible Storm Championship. Seattle Refined starts now. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Have you ever heard of Chop House Row on Capitol Hill? It's home to some of Seattle's most celebrated restaurants. That includes one sweet and savory spot run by a master pastry chef. Refined's Brandon Bernstead stopped by to see why people are crazy over her crepes.
There's something comforting about crepes. The sizzle of the batter hitting the griddle, the smell of a freshly cooked, paper-thin pancake just waiting to be filled. It's a meal that's both portable and elegant. That's probably why people are flocking to Capitol Hill's Chop House Row to check out a truly authentic creperie, Petite Galette.
Why I like Petite Galette is that, you're just on the precipice of always being too much, but then it stays there, and you kind of ride that wave back to, contentment afterwards. So it's perfect. It's perfect.
The thing about crepe is that really you have a lot of options. The world is kind of your oyster. It really depends on what you want to put in there. So I think exploring the breadth of the possibilities and maybe showing that a little bit more than what you normally see really appealed to me.
Owner and acclaimed pastry master Sarah Naftali spent much of her childhood traveling throughout France. So naturally, at this crepe counter, Sarah and her team specialize in galette, the savory buckwheat crepes that come from the Brittany region of the country.
I was kind of interested in experimenting with buckwheat savory galette and doing it proper Breton style, not just kind of any old Parisian crepe thing.
Everything at Petite Galette is made with the highest quality, locally sourced ingredients. They have plenty of sweet crepe options, but today I'm going to try my hand at making one of their best-selling galettes, the Complete. French ham, a fried egg, and Comté cheese. First, I get a tutorial from one of Petite Galette's resident crepe masters, Pamela.
What is the secret here to making a crepe?
The secret here is enough batter, first of all, and really loose wrist. And you kind of just let this do it all on its own, like you're hardly holding it. And you just kind of spin it around.
Pamela is a pro. On a busy day, she's working on 10 orders at one time. Me? Let's just say I could use a little more practice.
All right, how much batter is too much? Do you want a full ladle full?
Yeah.
And then do I want to go immediately with the twirl?
Yes. You want to hold it like a little light in your fingers and then just kind of move your wrist more.
Okay. Wow, that was not good, and I'll be cleaning the counters after this.
So in the battle of man versus crepe, it's
done.
advantage
Look at this
crepes.
mess. A and B. This is not even a circle, it's just kind of a rip.
So my attempt at making a passable crepe failed miserably.
Look at that. That is something. Oh yeah.
Luckily, Pamela has a perfectly made complete for me to try.
It's awesome. It's unbelievable.
A sublime bite, perfect any time of the day. That's why Petite Galette will have you coming back for crepes time and time again.
Oh yeah.
For Seattle Refined, I'm Brandon Bernstead.
To learn more about this story, or if you have a place you want Refined to check out, head to SeattleRefined.com. From crepes to pies, the beloved Broadway musical Waitress opens tonight at the Paramount. The cult classic 2007 movie has been set to song featuring the music of Sarah Bareilles. It's only playing at the Paramount for a short run, so time is running out. The last performance is this Sunday. For more information, head to SeattleRefined.com. Well, the countdown is on to one of the biggest fashion events of the year. Our sponsor, Fashion Week at the Bellevue Collection, gets underway in just 1 week. there are a lot of big events to look forward to, but there's one runway show that we are really excited about. Here's Refine's Malia Karlinski.
It's a fashion-forward feast for the senses and literally the place where the Bellevue Collection's premier brands showcase their luxe looks.
Tell me about the Collective Runway Show.
So the Collective Show is a combination of several of our most fashionable stores, and they are each curated into small segments of 10 looks per store that best represent their collections for the season.
Terry Morgan is the producer of all the runway shows of Fashion Week at the Bellevue Collection. We asked her to give us a preview of the Collective Show, including 2 of the newest stores to participate. Our first stop, Diane von Furstenberg.
Well, so Diane von Furstenberg started the line in 1974. And she started with the wrap dress, and she's continued throughout all the years with this iconic wrap dress.
So Terry, what's the vibe in Diane von Furstenberg?
Fun, energetic, bright, cheerful, real 80s in the vibe for this season.
Can you actually give us a sneak peek at some of the looks?
This is a fabulous dress that is actually a chiffon, and you can tell there's a little dotted print. And then we've topped it with this great wrapped multi-striped sweater. And this kind of takes on the wrap dress feel of the Diane von Furstenberg line. And we've also mixed it with a cute animal print slide, and animal print's really big for fall too.
This almost reminds me of the 60s.
It is a little 60s inspired, and of course with the go-go boots, it's always great. But the 80s had a lot of this print as well, and this is fabulous. We're going to see a lot of sweaters this fall, but I like that this is a really cool block print, and we've taken, the smaller print on the bottom and then used it as a big, centerpiece with the sweater on top. And then, of course, an envelope bag to pull it all together.
Next up, Ted Baker London.
So Ted Baker is a designer from London, and he is a designer that likes to take and show the real feminine side, romantic, lace, floral, dark florals, lots of color, and also just a very ladylike. So this is a great little chemise, and it's obviously very romantic, and our favorite color is black and white. The sleeve is this beautiful little bell sleeve with lace trim on it. It's just a great look, and it's very classic, but it has obviously a really figure-conscious dress. And then we've teamed it with a beautiful pair of dark floral pumps that are signature to Ted Baker.
Tell us about this romantic look.
So this is a great dress. It's a little chiffon dress. It's got a little flip underneath it, so you can see that you can give a little hint of skin underneath it. A little peekaboo of the knee. And I love to team things like this with the unexpected, which is this leather motorcycle jacket.
Oh my gosh, those shoes.
Aren't they gorgeous?
I love them.
They're really, really pretty. They're just a nice red suede pump, classic, but it is that unexpected. And it's so much fun to do that when you've got something that's really clean and classic like this, and then have a little bit of pop.
Beautiful. You're ready to go. What is it that delights audiences about the Collective Runway Show?
It feels almost like you're going to a rock concert. And then there's these killer fashions going down the runway on these spectacular models, and it is exciting.
Something that's always in fashion, fundraising. 100% of the Collective Runway Show's ticket price benefits Special Olympics Washington.
The Special Olympics is really about community, right? So that's, and our athletes trying to belong and fit into community. Well, this is an aspect of community that they get overlooked at frequently. But this is a high-end, really classy, really nice thing. And people tend not to think of our athletes in those settings. And even their parents, just kind of like, is it okay for us to be there? And the Bellevue Collection says, oh, yeah, come on.
The Collective Runway Show, celebrating fabulous fashion and creating community. Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
For your complete guide to Fashion Week at the Bellevue Collection, head to SeattleRefined.com and click on the Fashion Week tab. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
Awesome.
We visit an ice cream shop where sweetness is a science. Plus, she's cool as ice on the court, but what's Sue Bird like at home?
I think by nature I just have like a shyness, something that I've definitely overcome, if you will, through the years.
We'll sit down with Seattle superstars as the Storm vie for a WNBA championship next. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. We are on Seattle Storm Watch this week because the women's basketball team is taking on the Washington Mystics in the WNBA championship. Led by veteran point guard Sue Bird, the Storm are just one win away from clinching the franchise's third WNBA title. They're up 2-0 in the series, with Game 3 set for tomorrow night in D.C. And while superstar Sue Bird always appears cool and collected on the court, off the court, it's a different story. Refined's Carrie Brandenburg sat down with Sue and soccer star girlfriend Megan Rapinoe to talk love and basketball.
There are so many people that look up to you. There are women, there are athletes, there are members of the LGBTQ community that look up to you guys. Is that hard?
I think when you put it like that, sometimes when it sort of take a step back, it can be like that, but I think also this is just our life, and this is, I guess I'll speak for myself, it's just my life and what I'm used to, and with all of that comes a lot of really amazing things, and you get to meet amazing people and have incredible experiences and do something that you love for a living. So it's kind of like take a little bit of pressure with all of the wonderful things that come along with it, and it kind of just feels natural.
And then, there's billboards and stuff.
Right,
So
exactly.
That makes it so normal.
We got some for that.
Oh my God. Tons of it.
People are jealous of our shine.
From everybody you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
Cool billboards. Was it your idea to market the two of you guys together? Were you approached by your teams?
Well, our teams now are kind of working in conjunction, the business side of things. So I think it was their brainchild. And I think it's more like they picked, one of the more well-known players from one team and one of the more well-known players from the other team and put them on the billboard. No, I do. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, we happen to be dating. So, but I don't think it would have been different.
I was the 30th person on the bench, and it was like I was dating Sue, and they put both of us on the billboard. We would have said no.
But it worked.
But it sort of made sense. So.
Yeah. And it seems like you guys kind of have these opposite personalities. You are a bit more outspoken. You're a bit. Is that the case?
Yeah, that's accurate. I think by nature I just have a shyness, something that I've definitely overcome, if you will, through the years. But I think when it's like dipping your toe in the water, that's me to a T.
Dive first. Ask
questions
later.
No, she's cannonball.
Oh my God, cannonball.
Straight cannonball right into that thing.
Yeah, not always a good thing, but I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So do you balance each other out then in those terms, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
I know, I definitely look to you a lot, I think, for just advice and
calm down.
I'm like, I'm about to send this tweet, what do you think?
That actually has happened. She's like, I'm saying this tweet. I'd be like, well, let's reread this.
Yeah. She's like, take 5 breaths.
I know, take 10 minutes before you do that.
Publicly, you have this persona about you, but what's something we might not know about the other person? Any hidden quirks or talents other than basketball?
She's a really good dancer. Interpretive dance. It's not a joke.
Yeah, I should have been a modern dancer.
Yeah?
Literally.
Oh, wow.
I'm actually really flexible.
You could be in
naturally.
a Sia video. For sure.
Oh, I would love that.
It's do you take classes?
No, I just feel it. Yep, it's just, I'm right in here. Nice. Yeah, I take shots maybe before. You're also a good dancer, and you know all the lyrics to every song. But
is that a hidden talent?
That is a hidden talent.
Good
I'll be
memory.
bopping along. She's like, what was that you said? I'm like,
I know. I'm going to say that again. Repeat that right now.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Well, good luck to both of you, and thank you again. How to Cook, awesome food, great conversation. I really appreciate it.
Shout outs to the chef.
Yeah.
Nicole, we see you working back there.
Hey, girl.
To watch that story again, head to SeattleRefined.com. By the way, Game 3 of the WNBA Finals is tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Good luck to Sue Bird and the Storm. Coming up on Refined, inside the Seattle Museum you've probably never heard of.
Hello? Hello?
Plus ice cream that's as fun to make as it is to eat. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, these days, most people have a smartphone, making it extremely easy to connect with someone. You can send a text message, a tweet, even FaceTime in an instant. It's hard to imagine a long time ago when landlines and phone booths were the norm. But as Refined's John Prentice shows us, there's a small museum in Georgetown that shows us how far we've come.
If vintage phones ring your bell, Seattle's Connections Museum is the place to be. Hello?
Hello, John.
Peter Amstein works here.
This museum started over 30 years ago by a gentleman named Herb Warwick, who was an executive at Pacific Northwest Bell.
There's funktastic donut phones, super early phones, candlestick phones, a real English phone booth, the first rotary dial phone, a phone company Tonka truck, a phone book, even the world's first cordless phone, designed right here in Seattle. The latest and greatest of yesteryear is all here, including a shell phone.
This was originally in a tiki bar on Pier 51 in Seattle called the Polynesia. And when that restaurant closed in 1981, it was rescued by one of our volunteers, and now it's one of our many obscure little treasures here at the Connections Museum.
And if you've never seen the inside of an old payphone, today's your day.
If you were a telephone operator from the very beginning up through the 1960s, one of the skills you had to have is being able to listen to the sounds of coins dropping into the phone and keep a running total in your head so you knew when the person had put in the correct amount of money.
A nickel rings the bell once, a dime twice, and a quarter hits this little gong. That right there is 40 cents. Please deposit another dime to continue. The Connections Museum has preserved lots of old telephones, but they also have the gear that connects them to one another.
Number, please. I'd like extension 1, please, operator.
Connecting you now.
Hello?
Hello? Peter says today all of this equipment has been replaced by computers. John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
Want to check it out? The Connections Museum is open every Sunday, 10 to 3. To learn more, log on to our website. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. We try and do a little bit of something for everyone on this show, whether you're a foodie or like adventure, but this next one is strictly for the chocoholics out there. Our Refined photographer recently had full access to indie chocolate in Seattle. These photos show the process from bean to bar, and they are deliciously fascinating to look at. To check out this photo gallery, head to SeattleRefined.com. Keeping things sweet, there's a new shop pushing the envelope when it comes to ice cream ecstasy. Their secret? Science. Refined's Carrie Brandenburg has the scoop on Cloud9 Creamery.
An ice cream shop at the mall. That doesn't sound too special. But add a little chemistry, and now you have my attention.
We wanted it to be just like an immersive experience plus ice cream.
Andrew Hagee opened Cloud9 Creamery at Westfield South Center in Tukwila with his partner Gino. They create ice cream on the spot, blasting it with liquid nitrogen from this 500-gallon tank.
But we had a program created so we can actually automate our system. Ours is push a button, it does a recipe, you stand back, it creates it for you.
Very cool. Can you show me how we make one then? All right, let's do it.
Safety first, and a little science 101.
Do this.
Okay, so one thing cool about liquid nitrogen, obviously, it's negative 320 degrees, it's really cold.
Whoa! That was awesome!
Now, it's time to start my tasty experiment.
So press that button right there. 5.
5?
Yep.
Woo! Oh my God! This is so cool! And it's cold.
It is. You know how cold that is?
Yes.
Do 5 again, and then watch the liquid come out.
All right, it's my science experiment. Put it to the test. Get it all.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. All of our signatures actually come with a caramel syringe.
Oh my God, even more
Right?
caramel. This is definitely the best tasting science experiment I've ever done. Who knew?
Do you have a favorite ice cream shop Refined should check out? Drop us a line at hello@SeattleRefined.com and let us know. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time right back here on Seattle Refined.